can see and hear you. So I'm going, It says it's live now.
Go on then. Yeah, it
Good
is.
evening, everybody. You've just missed me putting my lipstick on. You can come back, Steve. I'm talking to you. As you can see, I'm once again out and about doing my travels around the country with my amazing four-poster bed in the background. And tonight I've been getting all excited and a bit frustrated because I'm absolutely thrilled to say that everything's progressing amazingly as far as publishing the book goes. We're totally online for the launch on the 9th of September. I would love to invite you all onto my Facebook group or onto my Facebook page, as in Wendy Elliot. And on the 9th, we are having a launch party in the afternoon that I will be sharing live. Either I'll work it free, either I will work it through Zoom to go live on Facebook, or I will just be doing it as Facebook Live with everybody there. But I would love you all to join me and share with me and to experience with me. I am, however, going through so I've written a book about anxiety, and I have, since having written the book, I have returned to one of the areas that used to cause me a lot of stress and anxiety. That even though I'm incredibly good at the job, and I know I'm incredibly good at the job of care home management consultancy and managing and running care homes, I am now back in that field, and I'm enjoying feeling incredibly useful. I'm enjoying being able to assist the people in the care homes to get the best quality care that they can. I am enjoying being able to support the staff in the delivery of that care and showing them some of the best practices so that they can do what's best. I can see that the light keeps changing, folks. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it because I'm stuck in the... Let me see if it works any better if I turn this light on. Is that any better? Is it? No, it's down to the light changing through the window. And it is coming up to later at night, and I'm sorry about this. It's irritating me as much as it is you. So if it is irritating you, I do apologise. And I recommend that you do some of my stress management techniques to help you just relieve it. So back to being back in what I would have previously described as a challenging situation. And I've got to say that given the additional pressures, I've kind of created massive pressure around myself in that I'm coming up to the launch of my book at the same time as working more hours than I have done in the last year. So it's fitting everything in round it. And it's working. I'm saying it's working. It's certainly testing my capabilities, and it's allowing me to make use of the tools that I'm teaching in the book to be able to bring myself down. So how am I doing that? Well, first and foremost, every day I start my day and I have an amazing pack of oracle cards. And I kind of just think about the situation that I'm in, and then I draw 3 cards. And it's my guidance for the day. And it's fascinating because it kind of takes my attention into the positive as opposed to worrying about the negative. And I am feeling so much better from doing it this way. And what's interesting as well is that previously, if I went into a nursing home, I didn't acknowledge my spiritual side. I didn't acknowledge the beliefs that I had around what we create and how we create it. And yet this time I have done just that. And what was fascinating is one of the senior carers, who's a lovely young woman, came up to me and she said, "Wendy, are you spiritual?" And this is on like the second and third day that we're working together. And I went, "Well, yes, it's funny that you should say that because..." And her parents had kind of got psychic and spiritual abilities. And she said, "I was just convinced that you were, and they'd seen me wearing my crystals around my neck and everything that went with it." And it's absolutely wonderful that now I am not feeling any fear or concern at being who I am, in just simply expressing that, yes, this is how I work and this is how it helps me to work. And I've got to confess to being a little bit proud of that, even though they say pride comes before a fall, so I'd better watch that one. But I'm slapping myself on the back for being true to myself and for refusing to wear a mask. And interestingly, that means both I don't wear my mask as in the persona, and I don't wear a mask when everybody else is wearing one, that I choose to be exempt. I can bring up medical records, but but that is not part and parcel of what it's about. And I think that about covers it for what I just wanted to say about sometimes when we leave an environment, having worn that mask and having struggled in that environment, to then come back into the environment having done so much of the personal work and the personal development, that when you get back into it, you are I'm not the same person anymore. And it's a recognition of how much I have connected with who I am, as opposed to pretending to be who I'm not. I certainly don't claim to be perfect within the work setting. I'm still learning as I go along. I'm still finding out things that I've forgotten and that I kind of go, oops, should have done that. And then I kind of go, no, not should, could have. Either way, I know that every day I'm making an improvement in the environment and in the home and in my relationships with the residents and in my relationships with the staff and in my relationships with everyone as we move forward. So pleasantly pleased. It's pleasantly pleased with myself. Not out of pride, but out of just acknowledgement of how far I've come. And I do hope that noise didn't distract you, but it's me knocking on the desk that's in front of my knees. I do have a habit of sat there with cross-legged. So what would I want to talk about other than that? So what kind of circumstances have you experienced in your life where previously it was a pressure, previously it was a stress, but then having gone away, done the work, come back to it, you find it's not as stressful anymore? And that's not because the situation's changed, it's because you and your reaction within the situation has changed. And I think we often underestimate that, because kind of some would say to me, what are you going back into that field for? Well, one of the reasons that I came into this field is it gives me an absolutely amazing sense of purpose. It gives me a consistent income. It gives me a relationship with my boss, my employer, who I've worked with on and off literally since 2006, 2007. And she's an absolutely amazing woman. And we are now not just only boss and employee or business person and contractor. We are good friends, and that we can share our feelings about the industry without with that shared knowledge and shared experiences of some of the kind of experiences that we've gone through. So part of what's in my book, I write about an experience that I had with and it's Me and My Worry Monster, which is released on September the 9th. And in my book, I give a description in one of the chapters. I do believe, as I was checking through everything today, it was chapter 4, but it might have been chapter 3, whereby I am whereby it was that the pressure that I experienced in this particular nursing home and the anxiety that it caused me and the stress that it caused me and how was I coping with it and everything that went with that. And as I read that now, whilst I was writing it, I had to, in my head, once again, be that woman. But what I recognize having written it is that I am no longer that woman. And it was fascinating that something else kind of got me a little bit tense and worried, because I still do have those moments when I get agitated. They're not nearly as frequent and they're not nearly as severe. And I phoned my sister up and explained it. She went, well, it's funny because I've just been reading this book last night, my book, because she's proofreading it. And this woman said these things, and literally she brought me back to using the tools that are in the book to enable me to live that book. So what I would love to do for you right now, which I did for our launch group on Facebook last night, and as my special and privileged people who listen to me, I'd like to read you my first, the foreword that my twin sister wrote to give you an idea. And I'm kind of mega proud about it, but just excuse me as you watch me as I find the page. I can use this document. That is wonderful. And you can see me, but I can't see myself. So I don't know what I look like as I'm talking to you, but this is it. And here we go. So the content, the foreword is written by Linda Cooper. Linda Cooper is my twin sister. She and I have been through so many things together, and literally from me delivering her daughter, well, no, not delivering her daughter, being with her and being her birthing partner when her daughter was born using hypnosis, to lots of personal development. So I just want to read this out to you. I got quite emotional last night as I read it, but I'm getting more used to it now, so I can start feeling it and knowing it without having taking me back to some of the emotional crap that is associated with some of it. So Linda's foreword. I was thrilled to accept Wendy's invitation to write the foreword to her book. I'm her twin sister, and we have both travelled through the personal development and alternative health field together since Wendy was my birthing partner when my daughter came into this world. She helped me by applying the hypnosis technique that she had initially learned from a book, and as is her pragmatic nature, she used it on me. I would hasten to add that we also did visit a hypnotherapist who took us through the process, just the once, for an half-hour consultation, and then the rest was over to us. Now, this little book on tips on dealing with anxiety are all a range of things Wendy has used to help her deal with the shit life has sent her way. I do use lots of swear words occasionally, so sorry about that. It's also an insight into the stuff that has shaped Wendy, and the snapshot she gives of her life are a window into Wendy's soul as she has evolved through the trauma of being in a cult to the woman that she is today. These take you through both Wendy's work-life situations and personal life. I thought I knew my sister, and yet she shares here things that she's never shared before. Each snapshot of some of the traumas she's worked through shows a different insight. Lots of people know Wendy as a professional, capable woman, not knowing the internal struggles that she was dealing with at the time. Wendy gives a practical action to take after each insight into her life. This is really mind, body, and spirit, and shows how Wendy has used each approach in her soul's journey. I know this book will touch lots of people who have also their own hidden traumas, and I hope that as Wendy shares her most private moments with that the reader will be able to use these gifts to help them onwards in their own soul's development. So the other thing that I'd like to share is, who is this book for? And this book is for the people who have experienced anxiety but don't want to bother anyone with it. It's for those who get a queasy stomach before exams. It's for those who get Sunday night nerves at the thought of going back to work on Monday. It's for those who choose not to do something in case they make a fool of themselves. It's for those who reach for that wine glass as soon as they get home because they deserve it, because they've put up with all of the day's stresses at work. It's for those who are in a job they hate but worry about doing something different. It's for those who feel they are different to everyone else and nobody understands quite why they feel the way they do. It's for those who have a little devil sat on their shoulder, whispering all sorts of commentary to stop them doing something out of the norm. It's for those who see who get worried when they see people in masks. Sorry, get my teeth straight. And it's for those who get worried if people are not wearing masks. It is for anybody who at any time in their lives has worried about a future event. So that is the introduction. I'm going to just clear it so I can see what's coming up and how it's coming up and chat to you all. So let me just check the time, folks. Tonight is going incredibly quickly. So that's just a reminder that it is for September the 9th. The book will be launched on the afternoon of September the 9th. And for any of you that are interested in getting it, I would be absolutely thrilled. I feel incredibly privileged. I feel incredibly humbled. I feel incredibly excited and all of those things. And today I would like to take you through I don't want to do the healing journey, no. A little exercise in how to take more control of your breathing. That, again, it's included in my little book. So if you're feeling stressed and you want to get rid of the worry, and it's part and parcel of an exercise that is a Qigong exercise. And Qigong is a martial art. It is Qi is the breath, the life force, and Gung means skill of. So Qigong is the skill of taking control of the life force. It's the skill of the life force. It's the skill of breath and breathing. And I want you to, what I'm going to do is take you through an exercise that is in the book. So this is a very special little gift that I'm giving to you. And it involves being able to use the breath to get rid of stress and anxiety. And it's one that I used to, again, talking back to my care home days, that I used to, when I was running Qigong classes, I used to teach to people who worked in care homes. And I do think that in jobs of giving of that nature, both caring, both nursing, both medical health, are all jobs that involve when you're giving so much during the daytime, and when you're having to deal with other people who are feeling stressed, then it is about how you can then manage your own stresses and emotions at the time of dealing with them. So this particular one, what I want you to do is, as far as the breathing's concerned, is first I want you to teach you the Qigong breathing. And how we do that is we place the tip of the tongue at the back of the two front teeth. And we breathe in through the nose and we take the air down and into the abdomen. Now, I don't know if you've heard of abdominal breathing, but if you want to know what abdominal breathing looks like, you watch a baby breathing, because young babies and young children breathe in this way, which probably explains why they let go of their stresses a lot quicker than we do. And it gives you more energy. So as you breathe in deep, the diaphragm comes down and the abdomen comes out. So it's literally, as you breathe in, and you'll sit, watch, I'll just show you with my hands. So as I breathe in, my tummy comes out. And as I breathe out, my stomach goes in. Now, a lot of us, as we get older, we kind of go breathe in. And as we breathe in, we think, oh, we pull the tummy in and you notice the shoulders come up and it's all, oh dear, oh dear. No, that isn't Qigong breathing. So you will relax the shoulders down. We breathe in and we send the air down and into our tummy. And I'm doing this at not the best time because I've just had my evening meal. But we breathe in and then we gently breathe out. And if we can breathe out for slightly longer than we breathe in, it shifts our body into the autonomic nervous system, and it moves us into the into the autonomic nervous system and into the parasympathetic system, which is the peace one, which helps us to calm down. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to move so that you can see me, and this will be interesting because We're in the room, as we say, but here we go. Yes, that's lovely. I can see you. And all I want you to do now is we've got the breathing. So we breathe in and we breathe out. And now what I want you to do is I want you to do some actions. Now, for anybody that's able to stand, that's amazing. If you can't, you can do this sat down in your chair. I used to teach this to people in residential homes and nursing homes, so I know that you can do it in your chair. And what we do now, it's a little bit like we're going to, it's called push the boulder. So what we do is we imagine that we've got this big boulder in our hands. And this big boulder is full of all our worries and all our woes. And it gets lighter as we breathe in. So you've got to be able to do this. And what we do is we just, it's a big soft boulder, and we just breathe in. And as we breathe in, we pull up, lift up that boulder. We turn and we put our hands behind the boulder as though it's there in front of us. And we just gently push it away. But we only push away so far. We don't go out here. It is literally just like to that angle. Because just like you would if you were pushing against something, you've got more strength with it being closer to you than that. And then you just push it away, and then it's got this amazing ability that it just disappears out in front of you. So it just push it away as we breathe out. Then we just take another breath in as we're breathing in and breathing out, ready to push the next boulder. So the next lot of worries. So we lift those worries up and we breathe in. And we gently turn the hands away and we push out as we breathe out. And away goes those worries, away goes those concerns, away goes those upsets. And then we just relax as the hands come down, breathing in and out. I can hear a plane outside, that's what I'm looking at. And the hands come up again, breathing in, up to the chest, turn the palms away, gently pushing out, breathing out. And away goes those worries and concerns. Hands relax and breathing in and gently pushing away, breathing out. And I'm going to do this for a couple more times so that you get the full effect of it. Just breathing in as the hands come up and gently pushing away as the hands go away from you. Now, as you get more used to doing the breathing, you can gradually slow the breathing down so that you get a better feeling for it. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands relax and you can just breathe in and out as feels comfortable. Lifting, ready to lift that next load of worries. Bring them up, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. And gently breathing out, 2, 3, 4. And one last time as we breathe in, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. And gently breathing out, 2, 3, 4. So now, folks, I can tell you that you are the privileged people of having been shown how to do that. And I'm actually going to include that on my launch day. And if you want to watch me, I am on Wendy Elliot on Facebook. And if you ask me to be your friend on Facebook, then what we can do is I can invite you to the launch party that is going to take place on September the 9th. And that will be part and parcel of one of the things that we're going to be sharing. But we'll also be sharing lots of other little hints, tips, and joy. There'll be a raffle for who wins the raffle, for then being able to have a personal one-to-one session with me, and for others that and for the second prize for the raffle, it will be actually the first prize for the raffle will be a signed book, copy of the book, and the second prize will be a session with me, and the third prize, well, I've yet to decide what that is, but I'll let you know as the time comes. So I think, and I'm not sure, yes, that's brought me far closer to the time than I expected it to. So that brings me towards the end of my podcast for this week. Next Thursday, I am going to be now, I may not be able to join you next Thursday. I need to speak to Steve because it's likely that I will be possibly on the road driving home from where I am, so that I am back and ready in the harness for the launch on the Friday. So it's likely that I won't be able to be with you next week. So this is literally the last chance before launch day. So please do join me on Wendy Elliot on Facebook, and ask me to be the friend. If you don't want to friend me as such, or you're not a part of that, then please send me a message on Messenger. You will find me under the name Wendy Elliot. Sorry, it's pinging a little bit. So that is what I would like to do. Okay. So apologies for the pings that's coming up for the notifications on my computer.